and we were breaking down Khamzat Chimaev taking on Sean Strickland for the middleweight strap. Sean Strickland probably has one of the best jabs in mixed martial arts. His jab is pretty damn good. And there is a picture-perfect jab from Sean Strickland. You know, a lot of you guys think I hate Sean Strickland. I don't hate the man. Hate's a very strong word, but look at that beautiful jab. Eye on the target. Pinpoint perfect. I mean, his jab is so good. A lot of people doubted him. I'm one of them, but Sean Strickland proved the whole world wrong. This is probably the biggest upset of the year. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have another Void breakdown. We were breaking down Khamzat Chimaev taking on Sean Strickland for the middleweight strap, and Sean Strickland was able to beat the undefeated fighter in Khamzat Chimaev. So, boys, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live. We're gonna do it from this side of it again. I'm not gonna use the pen. I'm just gonna break it down in my hands. Like, subscribe, let's get to it. So here we go. We have Khamzat Chimaev taking on Sean Strickland. Now, a lot of you guys, you know, when you look at, you know, the tail of the tape, 32, 35, 6'2" to 6'1", 185, the weight was the same. The reach was pretty much identical, with Sean Strickland giving him an inch. So when it came to Sean Strickland's jab, it was pretty much, you know, it's the weapon he uses against all of his fights. Against anybody he fights is Adesanya. You look at, you know, DDP. Anybody that Sean Strickland fights, you have to be aware of that jab, because he's going to pepper you up with that jab. There's no pop, there's no cadence change. It's pretty much the same kind of jab, cross, cross right hand. Right after the rip, first exchange, Khamzat Chimaev takes down Sean Strickland. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to use that big pin, but I have to because I can't show you guys. So, you know, right here, you have this post that Sean Strickland is using to keep himself up from Khamzat Chimaev taking him down. This is pretty much Khamzat Chimaev's fashion. He loves to have this knee blocking out this leg. And then, you know, he's forced Sean Strickland to carry all of his weight. The cool thing about the cage that it helps as a post, so you can post yourself up against the cage. What's going on, guys? This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. Now, Prize Picks is a daily fan sports game played directly from your phone. It's very simple. Get on your phone or your computer, go to Prize Picks on the App Store, go to Prize Picks, download it, use my promo code MIGHTY. Cool promotion going on for new users. You play fighters and get $50 instantly in your lineup. And guys, they have everything under the sun, and it is America's #1 sports pick app. Now, they have the NBA, they have mixed martial arts, they even have League of Legends, CSGO, NFL will be back soon. They have MLB that's just starting. You go there, you look at the event board, you make your pick and the sport you want to play play the game in, and then it's either more or less. So right here, Anthony Edwards for the Minnesota. Do you think he's going to be able to score 24.5 points? If yes, go with more. If not, go with less. Just lock in the picks at the right place, which is Prize Picks. Now, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the breakdown of Sean Strickland becoming a 2-time middleweight champion. Okay, and right there's Khamzat Chimaev. He's trying to take out that post, but Sean Strickland is using that post to punch Khamzat Chimaev in the face. Typically, when a person's trying to get up, instead of punching somebody in the face, this hand is down to help him scoot his butt this way. I'm putting myself in the face, but it's all good. But he's using it to punch him. If you would put that hand down, Khamzat Chimaev would have grabbed it, run him over that post, and be able to start to force Sean Strickland to either turtle or go to his back. But Sean Strickland chose to punch him in the face instead. Great choice, because he wasn't able to get his back. And right there's Khamzat Chimaev almost getting to Sean Strickland's back, but Sean Strickland did all the right fights. He fought all the right battles. This battle right here is this battle right here. Fighting 2-on-1, protecting this because, and the other arm is underneath Sean Strickland's armpit, so he can't pull it out whenever he wants to, especially when you have those gloves on. Those gloves are almost kind of like a point where you can't pull it out. So once Sean Strickland got there, there's only so many things that Khamzat Chimaev could do. He could try to come on top for a mounted position, but if he was to do that, then he would have to go his hands. And also Sean Strickland could be pressing Khamzat Chimaev up against the cage. So And at one point in time, I hated being on somebody's back in mixed martial arts because you only have so many options. But for me, I like to be in side control or half guard because you can do so much there. From side control, you could do key lock, Kimura, armbar, Kimura, and then you can do gift wrap, go to triangle, you can mount, go to triangle. There's so much more options when you're in somebody's side control or in half guard. Where somebody's back, you can, do a body triangle, go for rear naked choke. You go to reverse triangle, but other than that, that's pretty much it. And you can do armbar from the back, but it's very hard to set those up. And you can't really punch somebody when you're on the back. You can hit them in the side of the head. You can't really generate a lot of power when you try to hit somebody, like this. Yeah. But for me, I like side control and mount. There was a point in time when you're fighting a guy who's not very good at grappling. Getting their back is very good, but for the most part, I like to be in, side control. All right, and there's Khamzat Chimaev. He has not a choke, but he's right on the jaw. He's squeezing, and at this point, you can break your opponent's jaw, but he wasn't able to do it. Sean Strickland was able to survive it, fight the top hand, and live to see the next round. But, I was saying this in the first round is that all this moving around, throwing Sean Strickland around, it takes a lot of energy. And, the second round when Khamzat Chimaev came out, he was kind of a little bit gassed. He shot twice and he gave up on one of the shots. Right here, once again, he has his back. You look where Sean Strickland's hands are at. Right here. It is pinching on the armpit, hand on the hand, and he's blocking here. So right here, Khamzat Chimaev's but his options to be able to put damage on Sean Strickland is very minimal. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan on being on somebody's back when it comes to a mixed martial arts fight. Right here, this is not the second round. This is between one of the rounds. Khamzat Chimaev is wearing Sean Strickland's jab on his face. If you guys have never competed before, or if you've never done any, sports at an intense level, at a very high level, your body overheats. And so that's why you have an ice pack. I have like an ice pack on my back and my chest and on my head just to cool my body down. And that's what Strickland is doing to Khamzat Chimaev. All right, and here is the second round. He shoots takedown and Sean Strickland defends it. And that was, kind of the beginning of, demoralizing, I felt like, for Khamzat Chimaev. Each time he shoots in mixed martial arts, I feel like his success rate of getting a takedown is pretty much 95%. But that last night, it wasn't that. There's Sean Strickland do what he does best with that beautiful cross. He also has a great jab to pair with it. And there's that beautiful jab. Sean Strickland probably has one of the best jabs in mixed martial arts. His jab is pretty damn good. He never deviates from his jab or his cross. And right here, this was a big part of the fight right here. Shoots, and then he pulls guard. Hey, honestly, now when we sit here, we think about it, pulling guard when you fail a shot is not a bad option, but I think there are better options. You fail the shot, you come up to a clinch work, and you start working the knees and clinching the elbows. But Khamzat Chimaev pulled guard, and that's when Sean Strickland followed him in the guard and started peppering him. And that was a bad look because I don't think out of his whole entire career, he's never pulled guard. And this scene right here, this is Strickland trying to once again cool off Khamzat Chimaev. I'm not sure how round this is, but it was a very tough fight. He had a very tough weight cut. Your rumors out there, he said he cut something like 20 to 25 pounds. I'm not sure. Hopefully, we'll be able to get the opportunity to hear the actual weight he did cut for this fight. And there's a picture-perfect jab from Sean Strickland. A lot of you guys think I hate Sean Strickland. I don't hate the man. Hate's a very strong word, but look at that beautiful jab. Eye on the target. Pinpoint perfect. I mean, his jab is so good. The thing is with a jab, you're supposed to build off a jab. Jab, jab, kick, jab, right hand, jab, left hook, right hand, jab, right hand, bop, bop. Bop, bop. Different cadence, but there's never no cadence change. He's got a beautiful jab. I just like to see him build off that jab, but honestly, he doesn't need to, right? I mean, I would like him to, but he doesn't need to. So, what do I know? And there's Khamzat Chimaev come up with his own offense, try to land a right hand. So when you try to hit somebody in the head when they pull it away, it's so hard. But what's left is the body and the legs. And you did see Khamzat Chimaev throw a lot of body shots, but it just wasn't enough to cause a lot of damage to Sean Strickland. And right here, here's Sean Strickland once again with that beautiful jab, popping it in there into Khamzat Chimaev's guard, getting Khamzat Chimaev bringing his arm up, and there's a right hand that Khamzat Chimaev was able to block like this. Not in a position to counter because he's kind of like that. And boom, right there, there's that beautiful jab from Sean Strickland that always finds a home in all of his opponents, whether it's Izzy Adesanya or if it's Khamzat Chimaev or DDP, he's always finding it. And then right there, there's a beautiful jab from Khamzat Chimaev. Textbook perfect. Right hands up. Boom, right there. Beautiful jab from Khamzat Chimaev. But it wasn't enough to be able to take Sean Strickland out of his game of throwing a jab. It was pretty much a jab fest. Right there. There was kind of a check hook from Sean Strickland. Catching Khamzat Chimaev from open up, throwing a right hand. But he caught him there when he did that. And there's a beautiful right hand from Khamzat Chimaev. Now, Khamzat Chimaev did have some success on the feet when it came to the fight. When it came to the fight between him and Sean Strickland, it just wasn't enough to sway the judges in his favor, even though he had more control time. Sean Strickland did land more of the significant strikes, but Khamzat Chimaev did land more takedowns. So it all is based on what the judges wanted to score and what they deemed was more of a damage and what was more scored higher. Right? I mean, that's the thing. We have a criteria that we try to score the fight on, but do we actually follow that criteria? Like, if I control somebody for 6 minutes and, you know, they outlanded me, but I press forward in the fight for this long and it scores high on that category, do you guys even give me points for that? Or are you guys just like, oh, you won that category, but we don't give a shit? That's what it almost kind of feels like. But once again, there's a beautiful right hand from Sean Strickland. Pinpoint, looking down the pipe, landing the shot as Khamzat's turning away. Beautiful shot from Sean Strickland. There's Sean Strickland, you know, pulling away as Khamzat Chimaev trying him. Once again, textbook perfect jab. Hands up, jab's going. Beautiful jab. Doesn't land, but beautiful jab from Khamzat Chimaev. And there's Arman Tsarukyan. He was in the corner of Khamzat Chimaev. They're very close. They train together. And he was not very happy about how the fight turned out, but it is what it is. So these are one of the things I like to do when somebody's throwing a jab and they repeatedly keep throwing a jab, is you throw the jab, you slip outside, you throw the one, and the jab goes right here, or you try to time to come inside with the overhand right. Hardest thing about that is you have to come over the shoulder, and you're also going in the line of their right hand. So you have to pick and choose which way you want to do it. So I like to go either to the head or to the body. You go to the body and you don't pull out, you go to the body, you switch to southpaw, you go to the legs, you go boom. And then there's the jab exchange from Khamzat Chimaev. Once again, landing that jab, dropping his head in there, looking. It essentially became a jab each other to death. There's Khamzat Chimaev's jab again. And one of the things that I read today or heard today is Khabib Nurmagomedov talked about, like, you know, his game plan. He never deviated from the game plan, meaning that when Khabib Nurmagomedov would fight, he would take the person down. So if he shot and he failed at first, when he shot again, he failed, he will continue to shoot until he got that takedown, because he knows that's where he's going to be able to break his opponent. Where Khamzat Chimaev, he shot 3 times, and the first time he got it, the other 2 times he failed it, and then he shot again later in the round. But he kind of deviated from his game plan and said, all right, I'm just gonna jab. You know, for me, when I fought Henry Cejudo the second time, you know, I don't really have a game plan when I fight. I just try to look for my opponent's deficiencies during the fight, where I knew I couldn't take Henry down because his grappling so good. And so I found a lot of success in kicking his legs. And I outstruck Henry Cejudo, and I felt each time he took me down, he wasn't able to do any type of damage. He never got any type of submission game going off. So I relied on staying on the feet, and the judges still gave it to him, even though I outstruck him, but he took me down more. So with this fight, you know, Khamzat Chimaev took it down a lot more, but he wasn't able to do anything with the grappling. So he relied on the feet and got outstruck by Sean Strickland. So there's different ways, you know, when you start looking at this, how to break it down, how do you win. A lot of people felt Sean Strickland won. A lot of people felt Khamzat Chimaev won because it was a split decision. I'm right here, and this was a takedown. He was able to succeed. I believe it was in the 4th round that he went for the takedown. And the thing is, he was able to take down Sean Strickland. He just wasn't able to do anything with the takedown. Now, we don't know how the judges view that in their eyes. Obviously, not very high, because he landed like 8 takedowns, and then he gave 2 shits about it. Beautiful takedown from Khamzat Chimaev. Another jab from Khamzat Chimaev that lands on Sean Strickland. I think he broke his nose. Beautiful cover of his head. Right there. And this in the fight, they embrace each other. You know, Sean Strickland says he's not, you know, they're on good terms. They never disliked each other. He was trying to sell a fight. Right here. And then let's take a look at this. So we have 98 to 133. He wins it. Right? So we get this one to Sean Strickland. 43% advancing. Okay, we don't know how the fuck they score advancing. We don't know how they score, boys. I don't know how they score it. 9. He wins that category. And then 6 minutes of control time. He wins that. So if we have 4 categories and I beat you out of those 4 categories, out of, you know, 4 out of 3, that means I should win the fight technically. Right? We played rock, paper, scissors 4 fucking times. You beat me once and I beat you 3 times. I believe I'm the winner. So, with that being said, I don't know why they show these fight statistics. Because if I never watched the fight and I look at these, I would assume Khamzat Chimaev won the fight. So I think they either have to put some stank or some respect on these numbers or fucking get rid of them. Because it doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me anything of why the athlete won or why he should have won, or I don't know why. That's like showing me a bank account that has all these numbers in it, and when I go to the bank to try to pull that money out, it doesn't exist. That's what I feel right now in this position. So I think they need to do more clarity of why show me these numbers if they don't mean shit. That's just a feeling I get right now. I'm looking at it. Granted, it is fucking 10 o'clock at night. But yeah. Let us continue. And right there's Sean Strickland stomping that beautiful foot on the ground. He's very excited because a lot of people doubted him. I'm one of them. I thought Khamzat Chimaev was going to work him. I thought he was going to ragdoll him. I thought he was going to get it down, pass his guard, get his back, look for the choke, ground and pound, and that's it. But Sean Strickland proved the whole world wrong. This is probably the biggest upset of the year of him giving Khamzat Chimaev his first victory loss on his title fight, on his first title fight defense. A lot of people don't realize it's easy to become a champ. It's hard. It's even harder to stay a champ. And this right here, Khamzat Chimaev literally walked up to me after the fight and said, I want to move up. I don't want to fight in this weight class anymore. Now, I don't know if this is due to the weight cut. I don't know if this is due to him losing to Sean Strickland. I'm not sure where this come from. But when you look at this, you know, it was a close fight. He just made some minor mistakes. And Sean Strickland was just able to put him in that jab range and the cross range. And is it the weight cut? He used to fight at 170. Now he's at 185. He is getting older. How much does he put into dietitian? I'm not sure. I'm not in this camp. But I'd like to see him stay at 185, fight somebody else, have him fight. I'm not sure who's the top 5. But I'd like to see Sean Strickland defend his belt against Nasruddin and have Khamzat Chimaev fight somebody else. I don't want to see an immediate rematch. But if they do want to do immediate rematch, then fine. I'll watch it. But I want to see something else. And then Khamzat Chimaev tweets out to Sean Strickland, see you soon again. Maybe they mean training. I don't know if it's going to be a fight. But if they do fight again, some of the things I like to see different on Khamzat's training camp is anybody who spars Khamzat Chimaev is only throwing a jab and a cross. Nothing more, nothing less. Maybe a push kick. No wrestling, no shot, just jab and a cross and push kicks. And that is it. That is it. And there's Sean Strickland with the middleweight strap, with a beautiful jab and a beautiful cross, walking out octagon as a 2-time middleweight world champion in the UFC, beating guys like Izzy Adesanya and Khamzat Chimaev, 2 of the best middleweights in the world. For Khamzat Chimaev, I like to see him fight Nasruddin. I think Nasruddin has earned it. I wouldn't mind just seeing what he could do against another guy that's, you know, worked his way up. Or I would love to see Michael Morales. That'll be a great fight as well. So boys, if you guys enjoyed this breakdown, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live and let me know in the comment section down below if, you know, you agree with this split decision. Did you think Khamzat did enough to win? Or do you think the judges got it right with Sean Strickland? And we'll be doing another Void breakdown with Tatsuro Taira versus Joshua Vaughn. So if you guys like, make sure you like the stream. We'll see you at the next video. Peace.